Hello, and this is a brief overview of the W016 GIL stealth timer. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the key features. There's a lot to explore, so I think once I've explained the basic navigation, hopefully there's enough there for you to be able to sort of have a play around with the timer itself and find out its true capabilities. So first of all, when you receive the watch, it should be in what we call power down mode. So usually to get out of that power down mode, which is there to save on battery life, you can just press and hold any button for 6 seconds. So then you'll find that the timer unit will come to life. If you ever want to put the timer back into power down mode, then it's just a question of pressing hold of the mode button and then the start, lap and stop button, sync button, sorry, for another 6 seconds, and you'll find that the screen goes blank. So just a quick one, navigation of this timer is really straightforward. So you've got 3 basic buttons. You've got a mode button, you've got a stop button, and then you have a start, a lap and a sync button. So we'll just fire it back up again and I'll quickly take you through the major function mode. So first of all, it starts with a clock mode. So you've got your date, you've got your day, you've got time. You can set that to 12-hour or 24-hour function. You then go on to your countdown timer mode, your compass mode, chronograph, then alarm mode. So you can keep on scrolling through those using that mode button to get to your desired function. So we'll start off with the clock mode, and actually there's some settings here that might be quite useful. So typically to enter any of the settings for each of those modes, you just press and hold the mode button for a couple of seconds. So this will allow you to change any of these particular features. So starts with minutes, you keep pressing that mode button, you'll get onto the hours. You can change year, obviously all the month details. You can select here whether you want it to be a 12-hour or a 24-hour display. You can also change the mode to be quiet in terms of navigation. Every time you press a button, you can hear it for yourself. It'll make a beeping noise. You can select that off. You can also change the intensity of the LCD display screen as well. So you can scroll up and down. So you can see, you can select up and down using the stop button and then the synchro button as well. So again, same with all of these. If you ever wanted to change the minute or what hour or whatever it might be, you can scroll down using the stop button, or you can scroll back up again using the sync button. And then to exit these change of settings, you just press and hold the mode button. So that's the clock mode. So again, we'll press on and then we go into the countdown timer mode. So there are a number of preset times. So you've got 5 minute, a 3 minute and a 1 minute. And there's a user-defined timer on there as well. So to scroll through those, you can just press and hold the stop button for 2 seconds. So that's your 5 minute. Your 3 minute, your 1 minute. Then you've got your user defined. In this case, I've set it to 10 minutes. If you want to change the user defined, you just press and hold the mode and you can change that. So it goes from anywhere from 99 hours, 99 minutes, down to 1 minute if you wanted it to be. So again, just press and hold that mode button to exit that. So again, just scrolling through those preset modes. If you ever wanted to, and I've just done it there, if you ever wanted to change any of those, actually you can change them in multiples of what that preset is. So 5 minute, I've just pressed that stop button, it's gone to 10, press it again, goes to 15, etc. So you can actually multiply that just by pressing that start button. Just press and hold if you want to reset that. Press and hold that stop button for 2 seconds again. So I'll just show you what the display looks like. So if you're in the desired countdown, you press the start button and you can see the countdown. So when it gets to less than a minute, it switches to a large format display. And you can hear just then, when it gets to the 10-second intervals in that last minute, it'll beep and it'll vibrate, just so you know that you're getting close to that start point. And again, you can change those settings, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So basically, you can go into what we call stealth mode, hence the name, where you can actually just have it on vibrate only, or you can have it on audible beep only, or you can turn both off and just use it just as a visual display, depending on your needs. So you'll see shortly, when we get down to the last 10 seconds, a bigger display, it beeps and vibrates on every second until we get to the go. So there we have it, and then we enter the count up function. So we'll just press that to stop. And we'll press and hold just to get back to the original setting. So another thing you can look at is if you start the countdown, you can actually press the sync button. So on this mode, I've got it to sync down, so it'll sync down to the next minute. You can also set it to round up, so or round down. It'll round up or down to the nearest minute. So again, let's exit from there. I can show you how we can get into those settings. So, so again, just keep pressing. You can change each of those. So you can change it whether you want it to repeat or not. So again, here you can either choose it to down sync or round up or down, depending on what you want. Here again, you can choose the sound on or off, and you can choose vibrate on or off as well, depending on your particular preference. So again, to exit that setting mode, just press and hold the mode button for another couple of seconds. So that is your countdown timer. If we press on the mode button again, it scrolls through to the next function, which is your compass. So on here, you will probably want to have a look at setting this. So what's really important is you input your declination. So declination is the difference between true north and magnetic north, and it really depends on your current location. So you can find that declination value usually by going online and finding an online resource. So when you're in the compass mode, you just press and hold mode for a couple of seconds. So you can calibrate your compass. It's worth doing every once in a while, just so it's up and running, it's as accurate as possible. If I press mode button again, this is when you get into declination. So as I say, there'll be a setting that's determined by your particular geographical location. So if I press and hold, I can exit that setting section. So the other feature that you've got on the compass mode is the course shift mode. So this is quite good. You can set a bearing and it'll tell you whether you're shifting left or shifting right, and your deviation from that particular bearing. So if we enter a bearing by pressing the stop, lap and sync button. So you can see I set it to 110, and if I can move the timer, you can see that I'm -1. If I shift to the left, I'm bang on 110 and I go +1. So you can see that you can measure your deviation from that course setting. And you can set a new heading, so you can just press the stop, lap and sync button. So If I point it that direction, I can just set a new setting. So it's really quick and easy to do that. And then just press stop when you want to exit that particular feature. So we press the next mode, scroll through to the next setting. So this is your chronograph mode. So there's lots you can do here, and I don't propose to go through every single setting, but it's really detailed. You can basically, obviously you can use it as a straightforward stopwatch, stop, the start. It does hours, minutes, and then hundreds of seconds as well. There's your simple stop. You can use it to do multiple lap times. You can do recall modes. So there's an awful lot in there. But I think, as I say, it's one of those things you can sort of have a play around with and work out depending on your particular wants and needs. And then scrolling through on modes, we get to the final major function, which is the alarm mode. So again, really useful feature, particularly if you're traveling. So at the moment, this is set for a 7 AM alarm. Again, as with a lot of the other major functions, you can change the settings by just pressing and holding the mode button. So again, you can scroll down or up using the stop button or the start lap sync button. So I've changed that by 2 minutes. Press again, you can change the hour. And then you can exit that by just pressing the mode button. So you keep pressing mode and you're back to the time where you originally started. So hopefully that's a really useful intro. There's a lot more packed into this, but hopefully that gives you a really explanation as to the major mode functions and how you navigate and change a number of the key settings. Thank you.